Dr. Abdullah Mamun. You were hearing Norman Floyd Barnes trying to define what self-defense actually meant in this kind of scenario. We've seen the Strait of Hormuz, a disputed territory even today, even while this negotiation phase is happening. I believe it to be in Doha as US and Iran negotiations are happening there. Just want to get know-how from you. Right now, Middle East is also hosting the annual Hajj pilgrimage as well. But more on how you feel that the US is doing in Iran in the Strait of Hormuz.
No, I mean, first of all, this is unfortunate when we are hearing very good words from both the sides, as you said, in terms of wealth acquisition, nuclear redemption and other factors. And particularly when the discussion has been kicked off already, as far as I understand, in Doha. In the midst of that, this kind of self-defense attack, I didn't get full from Norman. It will be very fascinating hear from you, Norman, further on this. And I'll be looking forward for your discussion. Maybe we'll have another chunk of discussion on this. But it is unfortunate. Let me take you back to Geneva when
Please.
This war broke up. 6 weeks before, the discussion was going on.
Right.
And the war broke up. US attacked Iran. And now this, when the Doha discussion is going on, and people are thinking, particularly believing to the statement of the US Security Secretary, that something positive is going to happen. And after the attack, he reiterated the same statement that hope remains to sign agreement between US and Iran. And if I'm not wrong, the negotiation is going for next 3 months negotiation, or
right.
at least 2 months, 60 days,
yes.
further negotiation, and agreeing issues that has creating building blocks in the negotiation process. But the reason I have cited these 2 negotiation incidents, both in Geneva as well as in Qatar, you see, this creates a various misconfidence or wrong conceptions or lack of confidence from not only from Iran but also from international community. Yes, as I said, that I'll be very happy to hear further from Norman, and it will be good to have your clarification and definition of self-defense, Norman. But as it appears, I don't think anybody in the world is welcoming this, because the negotiation is going on, and it's a very 2 major Muslim events are approaching, particularly pilgrimage, Hajj,
Right.
as well as the celebration of the Eid al-Adha.
Right.
These 2 incidents are very important, and if you carefully analyze and the situation, on the one hand, the Muslim community is ready to celebrate their highest festival, for example, Christmas. And also the whole more than 1 million people now in Saudi Arabia to complete the pilgrimage. And these 2 days are very crucial. So they have taken Iran to such a position that if the timing of this attack is very critical, because when these 2 events are approaching or approached already, and they have attacked Iran, now the whole Middle East is on the one hand in a religious festival mode, and on the other hand in a celebration mode. And when US attacked Iran, it has created significant confusion to them and undone situation, because if they start throwing missiles to Qatar, to Bahrain, to Saudi Arabia, to other countries, then US will started saying along with Israel that, see, Iran is a terrorist nation. So timing of this attack is very critical from the festival perspective, from the pilgrimage
Right.
perspective, or from the Hajj perspective, whatever language you say. This is a tricky choosing of time. This is where I like to condemn US will to engage in an agreement. This timing is very important. Secondly, when you are in a discussion table, and if you don't tell people that for what specific threat you have attacked or resume your attack to Iran, this is very important. But in
Right.
both the cases, first one is very diplomatic, and I would like to criticize this attack, particularly from the religious perspective, from the festival perspective, and I really like to condemn. Secondly, when the discussion is going on in Qatar, And you see, there's a huge gesture from Qatar, understanding that US security arrangements somehow failed to safeguard their security interest. So when the Middle East trying to have a balance between an external power, which is the US, and the very neighborly threat from Iran, it's a huge gesture from Qatar to host the negotiation table or host the event, which Qatar successfully did in many years for a number of conflicts, particularly with Israel and the Middle East countries, Israel and Palestine. So these two issues are very important, and I really like to question wisdom and will of the US side for two reasons. First of all, the festival issues, and the second of all, when the discussion is going on in Qatar.